Hi guys, I'm Madison Mary and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my December TBR. Can you guys believe this is my December TBR? What? Oh my god, I can't believe we're at the end of the year. The end of 2019. What? But without further ado, in December there are two readathons that I am for sure participating in. So the first readathon I'm participating in is tis the Seasonathon, and this is a holiday readathon that is from December 2nd to December 8th. It is hosted by Heather from Bookables, Kristen from Super Space Chick, Trina from Between Chapters, Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, and Amy from A Court of Crown and Quills. I'm really excited. I am such a huge fan of Chelsea and Amy. I love them. I met them when I was at BookCon and they're great people. So when I heard about this readathon, I was like, I think I may be able to do this. There are 6 prompts, but the 6th prompt is a bonus prompt and it is the buddy read. And the buddy read for tis the Seasonathon is 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. I don't think I'm going to be doing the buddy read just because the beginning of December, the first 2 weeks of December are pretty crazy for me because it is leading up to finals week. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing this prompt. But I am only using 2 books to fulfill the other 5 prompts, which probably sounds a bit crazy, but are you ready for this? So the first prompt is snow on the cover. And for this, let me move across a bit so I can put the image here. So for this prompt, I'm doing One Snowy Night by ɪ봏ᴏᴅᴅᴅ. So this is a Kindle novella and it's like 160-ish pages, so that seemed very doable for me to read during this week. This book is set on Christmas Eve. Oh, first off, clearly there's snow on the cover. But this book is set during Christmas Eve and Rory needs to get back to see her family for Christmas, and they are in Lake Tahoe, and the only way she can get back there is in the car with her old high school crush. And this guy's name is Max and he has his dog Carl with him. And there was something that went down during high school that ended up with them not really getting together, but they have this huge car ride to Lake Tahoe in a blizzard in which things tend to get a little bit steamy. So I'm excited. It seems like it's going to be a quick, fun read. I haven't had the best luck in the past with smutty novellas just because they tend to not have too much substance to them, but I have a little bit of faith in this one just because ɪ봏ᴏᴅᴅᴅ is quite a well-known romance author, so fingers crossed for that. I'm also using this book for the prompt of a holiday-themed book since it is set in Christmas Eve. So the next book I'm doing is a book that you were sent as a gift, stretching this a little bit. That is going to be Nameless Queen by Rebecca McLaughlin, and this comes out in January 2020. So I really wanted to read this, and I'm saying that it is a gift because I was sent it by the publishers. So technically that counts, guys. It counts. It was gifted to me. It was just gifted to me for a specific review purpose. I'm so stoked for this book. So in this world, there is a class of people known as the nameless, and they are just so lower class they don't even actually have names. When the king passes away, people expect the king's daughter to take the crown. However, it turns out that our protagonist has this tattoo on her arm that signals that she is supposed to be the next queen. And so suddenly we have the whole issue of a nameless becoming the next queen and what that means in this society. And that is pretty much all I really know. This comes out January, but I'm not sure. January 7th this comes out, which is why I needed to read it in December because it's such an early January release that I have. I'm also using this for the 5th prompt, which is to read a book with a title related to music. You're probably thinking, Madison, how does Nameless Queen fit into a title to do with music? Well, do you guys know the song Dancing Queen? This is Nameless Queen, Dancing Queen, Nameless Queen. They're pretty similar. That sounds musicalish to me. Let's stand an okay on that. Yeah, that's legit what I'm going with. I'm stretching the limits with that prompt and it is ridiculous. The last prompt, which is actually the 4th prompt, is to read while eating your favorite holiday treat, which for me could be many things. I'm just honestly going to go with an eggnog latte. I recently got this eggnog vegan creamer that I'm dying to try out, so we'll see how that goes. I'm also doing Vlogmas, but like week-long Vlogmas, so obviously I'll be vlogging for tis the Seasonathon, so if you guys are interested to see what this eggnog vegan creamer is, and if I do like it, especially if you saw my last taste test video with full creamers, I would definitely tune into that. Those are all the prompts for tis the Seasonathon. The next readathon I'm so excited about. So my best friend Soleil from the Little Readers Corner is hosting a readathon called the Cozy Little Readathon, and she's co-hosting this with Kaylin from Kaylin Abridged and also Lexi from Read with Lexi. Pretty sure that's what Lexi's channel's name is. Yeah. So I'm really excited for this. It is a really short readathon. It's December 13th to December 15th, which technically is right, like, it's the weekend before my finals. My finals on the 18th of December, which is like not the best timing, but that's the reason why this readathon is so perfect. So the point of this readathon is to read short books. It's to kind of just, it's just to have fun, honestly. And so there are 3 main prompts plus an optional 4th prompt that I'm not going to be doing. So the 4th prompt is to make a gingerbread house. That's not happening. The main 3 prompts we have, one is to read a cozy read, and this is any manga, book, or graphic novel. For me, many are choices. I'm thinking that for this, I may read this series I just picked up the other day, and this is Wild Ones Book 1 and 2. And it's about a girl who lost her mum, is taken in by a grandfather who is actually the head of a yakuza, and her grandfather has a bodyguard for her that she ends up falling in love with. So for now, that is the book I'm reading for that. The second prompt is to read while having a cozy treat or drink. For this one, I'm doing my peppermint mocha latte. Super excited for that. And then the third one is to do a winter read, and this is a book that either comes out in winter, set in winter, or is on your winter TBR. Let's get into this. So I recently took a look back at my TBR that I made in the beginning of this year with like books that I really wanted to read in 2019. Looking back at it, I failed really bad, but I have one prompt that I really want to try and do. And my goal for this year was to read the entire Snow Like Ashes trilogy by Sarah Rush. So far, I've only read the first book, so my goal is, I'm filming this when there's still time left in November, so I'm hoping to get through the second book in November, and then for my winter read, it's going to be book 3 in the trilogy, which is Frost Like Night. This is technically set in winter. If you don't know what this series is about, it's about this land, and there are like 4 kingdoms to do with the seasons, and then another 4 kingdoms that are just regular kingdoms. And the magic of everything is tied into these different trinkets. And so 16 years ago, the Kingdom of Winter was overtaken by the Kingdom of Spring, and they completely like eviscerated everyone and then also enslaved a bunch of people, and only 8 survivors, like, you know, didn't get captured by the Kingdom of Spring. And within these 8 survivors, we have the future King of Winter and also Mira, I think is her name. They're trying to get back the locket from Winter in order to restore the magic to the land of Winter, and that way the prince will be able to really bring back their society and kind of reclaim themselves from Spring. But Mira tries to go and get this locket back, and when she goes and does that, she uncovers this whole other political dangerous plotline that's going on, and she finds out more to do with her destiny than there is. It is a bit tropey in the sense of, you know, we have this typical YA protagonist who somehow is more powerful than everyone initially thought, kind of a thing. But I actually really liked it, and there was a potential love triangle in here that I also didn't mind. I know a lot of people won't like the tropes, especially nowadays, but I'm still a huge fan of them, so I'm excited to see where the series goes, how it ends, and everything like that. I think it's going to be really fun, and I distinctively remember liking both love interests. So that finishes the Cozy Little Readathon, and also kind of tells you my December reads is I definitely want to finish those 2 books. Also, if you guys did see my November TBR, I mentioned that I was going to be reading City of Glass with Soleil. Soleil decided that that was not going to happen, so Soleil asked if we could move it to December, in which I said, fine, we can move it to December. So now this is now on my December TBR that I have to read, and I'm a little bit nervous because it is a bit of a chonker, and I need to finish this before I go to Mexico for Christmas. And so when I do go to Mexico, I mostly want to read on my Kindle. So the second half, the last week of December is mostly going to be me reading on my Kindle, which means I'll be mostly reading Regency romances and hella smutty books. Like, expect a lot of smutty books to be coming at the end of December. So I really want to finish this so I don't have to bring it with me to Mexico. So these are the 4 physical books on my TBR, plus a manga for the Cozy Little Readathon, plus one snowy night on my tis the Seasonathon TBR. Let me know if you guys are also participating in either of these two readathons. I highly recommend you guys check them out. I'll leave both the hosts and the links to those videos down below. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, thanks a bunch, guys. Bye!